In this video, we will learn the assembler design multi-pass assembler. These are the contents: introduction, working of multi-pass assembler example program. One-pass assembler design we have learned. Then two-pass assembler in module 2 we have seen the algorithm for two-pass assembler. For a two-pass assembler we have seen that when we use the EQU assembler directive, the symbols which are used on the right hand side should be defined previously in the program. This is because only two passes are required. So multi-pass, this restriction can be avoided. For example, consider these definitions of the symbols. Alpha equal to, EQ means equal to, alpha equal to beta, beta equal to delta, delta reserved 1. So how many passes are required to resolve these symbols? Means which to get the value of the symbols. For example, delta reserved 1, here only the address of delta is obtained. Address or the symbol value of delta. For example, if it is 1000, at this point of time only this delta's value is obtained. So if we consider the symbol table, so how the entries will be look like? In first pass, alpha equal to beta. So first pass, the symbol table entry is alpha. The address value is not obtained. This is a variable beta. Then beta, the second symbol, what we will obtain? Beta equal to delta. So beta equal to delta. Then the third line, delta reserved 1. Here the address value we will obtain. Delta's definition is this one, delta reserved 1. So delta reserved, so delta's value is obtained. Here delta's value is, the address is current value of the location counter, that is 1000. So delta's value is obtained in the first pass. So we have reached here, so first pass is over. Again we have to do a second pass. In second pass, alpha equal to beta, beta's value is not obtained, so alpha's value is also not obtained. Then beta equal to delta, so delta value now it is known, which is 1000. So in the second pass, delta's value, beta's value we will obtain, which is 1000. Then delta 1000. Then again one more pass is required to solve the alpha. So here alpha equal to beta. Now beta value we know the beta value. So instead of beta we can write it as 1000. So we can understand from this that 3 passes are required to get the value of the symbols in the symbol table. So more than 2 passes required means it is multi-pass assembler. Working of a multi-pass assembler. A multi-pass assembler can make as many passes as needed to process the definition of symbols, which means in the symbol table all the symbols addresses has to be obtained. For that the multi-pass assembler can make as many passes as possible. And here the SymTab differs from the previous one pass and two pass assembler. That is, SymTab contains some more values. That is, normally the symbol table SymTab should contain the symbol name and the address value. In addition to that, in multi-pass assembler, the SymTab contains these following things. That is, first one is the symbol name, then the defining expression, that is the after EQU, that is which is the definition of the symbol, defining expression, and then third thing is the number of undefined symbols in the defining expression. So symbol name, then the defining expression, symbol defining expression, then the number of undefined symbols in the defining expression, then the undefined symbol associated with a list of symbols depend on this undefined symbol. That is, the dependency list also should be included. When one symbol is defined, we can recursively evaluate the symbol expression depending on the newly defined symbol. So we can see the example. Now we can consider one example program. So in the example, the question will be given like this. Some expressions, some definitions will be given in the question. For example, here's 5 definitions of symbols are given, and location counter value at a particular line will be also given. For example, line 4 is given. Line 4, the value of the location counter is 1034. This much information will be given in the question, and we are asked to find out the value of each of the symbols. So here these are the symbols used in this program. So we have to find out the value of each symbols. That is, value of symbol means we have to find out the entries in the symbol table. So here the symbol table, some more values are included in the symbol table. So normally the symbol table contains symbol name and the address value, but here the symbol table contains some additional things such as symbol name. First it will be symbol name, then second here the defining expression, that is what is the defining expression of this particular symbol. For example, it will process in multi-pass. So first pass it will consider only the first line. So consider the processing of the first line. Half a set, it's a symbol. Half a set equal to, EQ means equal to max LEN divided by 2. Half a set, this symbol, the definition of this symbol is max LEN by 2. So in the symbol table, we have to draw the symbol table, and this one row we will write in the symbol table. And in that row, first thing is this, we have to only think about the first line. So first line, the symbol is half a set. We have written the half a set symbol, and then we have to write the defining expression. So what is the defining expression for this symbol? Means the definition of this symbol is max LEN by 2. So that one I have to write here, max LEN by 2. And then this part I have to write the number of, hash means here number of undefined symbols in the defining expressions. So see the defining expression in that, which is the undefined symbol. How many undefined symbols are there? In the defining expression, only one symbol is there. Max LEN by 2 means only one variable, one symbol is there, max LEN. So that is undefined. So number of undefined symbol is 1. So it has to be put here with preceding ampersand 1, like that it has to write ampersand 1. And one more thing we have to show in the symbol table, in the same row these things should be there. One more thing is the dependency list of this symbol. What all symbols depends on the value of the symbol. So here it is half a set. No other symbol depends on this half set, so it is given as null set. No other symbol depends on the value of half set. And so this is the first pass. We are processing the first line only, and first line another symbol comes is the max LEN. This symbol is also there. So for max LEN also we had to include one row. So max LEN, and for max LEN this defining expression is not there in the first line. So defining expression we will leave it as blank, and also number of undefined symbols also it's not there. Just put star symbol. And dependency list we have the dependency list, the value of max LEN, the value of max. Once we obtain the value of max LEN, we will get the value of half a set, because max LEN by 2 is half set. So the value of half a set is dependent on max LEN value. That is why in the dependency list we will write half a set. No other variable or symbol depends on this max LEN. Only half a set depends on max LEN. So we have processed the first line. And so first line processing, the symbol tab we have to show the processing of the first line. Now we can see the processing of the second line. So second line I have written over here, max LEN EQU buffen minus buffer. So how we have processed the first line? In a similar way we have to make entries into the symbol table for the second line. Second line it is max LEN EQU buffen minus buffer. So max LEN already that entry is there in the symbol table. In the first pass we have entered the max LEN. That time we have given the defining expression as blank. So now we have obtained the defining expression. The definition of max LEN we have obtained, it is buffend minus buffer. So we can write it over there, buffend minus buffer. In the same symbol table we can write it over there, buffend minus buffer. And see here what we have to fill, the number of undefined symbols in the defining expression, that is buffend and buffer. These symbols are not defined. So number of undefined symbols in the defining expression is 2. So that I have written over here. Then I have to see whether it is any other symbol depends on this max LEN, that already we have filled in the previous pass, that is half a set. And again now we have obtained these two new symbols. So I have to start different rows for these two new symbols, because we are entering into the symbol table. That means symbol names should be there. So now we have got two new symbols, buffend and buffer. So buffend I'll write over here, and buffer I'll write over here. So two rows I have started. Again see buffer the defining expression is not known at this point of time, so it is left as blank. And undefined symbol, just star I will put. Buffend also, defining expression is not known, so it is left as blank. Undefined symbols in the defining expression, then I will put star. Star means it is like null value, it is indicating null value here. And then I have to write the dependency list. Buffend value, which symbol depends on the value of the buffend? This Maxwellian symbol will be depending on the value of buffend. Once we get the value of buffend, then only we will get the value of Maxwellian. Like that, buffer Maxwellian depends on buffer also. Once we get both these values, then only we will get the value of Maxwellian, which means Maxwellian depends on buffend and also buffer. So that dependency list of buffer I will put Maxwellian, and also dependency list of buffend I will put Maxwellian. So this way I have process the second line. So processing of second line means enter into the sim tab. So Maxwellian already there in the sim tab. So defining expression now I have got with the second line, I have entered that one, and number of undefined symbols also I have entered, and then the dependency list already there. Then whatever symbols are there in this one, buffend and buffer are there. So both I have made entry into the sim tab. So next coming to the third line. So second pass is over. Third line will be again one more pass. Again one more pass for the third line. Third line, what is the definition? PREVBT equal to buffer minus 1. So another new symbol is the PREVBT. So another one more row for that symbol, PREVBT. And what is the defining expression for that symbol? Buffer minus 1. So that I have written over here, buffer minus 1. Number of undefined symbol in the defining expression is only one variable is there, buffer. So that I have written ampersand 1. And dependency list. Up to now, any other symbol depends on the value of PREVBT. Nothing depends on the value of PREVBT. Depends means after getting the value of PREVBT, can I calculate the value of any other symbol? Nothing. So dependency list is null over here. So that entry I have written. And here see buffer, already it is there in the sim tab. So no need to make a new entry. So buffer minus 1. So here now the fourth pass, in the fourth pass, the fourth line from the question is buffer reserve byte 4096. So now I have to process this buffer reserve byte 4096, and one more additional information is given in the question, that is location counter value at line 4 is 1034, which means this line the address value is 1034. So at this point of time we have got the value of buffer, which is 1034. So I can recursively obtain all the other values. So buffer value I have written it as 10. I can replace the defining expression and substitute the value of buffer as 1034. So once I check whether any other value I will get, when I get the dependency list of buffer, I can obtain those values. So that is PREVBT buffer minus 1. So 1033. Buffer is 1034 minus 1, 1033. Any other value, Maxwellian if I want to get means buffend also I should know. Then only I'll get the Maxwellian value. So this dependency list of buffer I can remove. Then the next, now I can see the processing of the next line, that is buffend EQ star. What is star here? Star we have learned that it is the current value of the, it indicates the current value of the location counter. So what is the current value of the location counter now? At this line it is 1034. After that I am reserving 4096 bytes. So the location counter value at this line will be 1034 plus this 4096. It is given as a decimal number. It has to be converted into hex. So 4096, the corresponding hex value is 1000. So 1034 plus 1000 equal to 2034, hex addition. I had to do the hex addition. So here it will be 2034. So buffend value now I have obtained it as 2034. So instead of buffer, that defining expression, I can substitute the value of buffend. That will be 2034. So buffend, and I have obtained buffend. I have obtained buffer also. So buffend minus buffer, that is the Maxwellian value. So that also I can obtain. Buffend minus buffer, that is 2034 minus 1034, that is Maxwellian, that will be equal to 1000. Then another values also. So Maxwellian I have got it as 1000. Then Maxwellian by 2 I will get the half Z value. So Maxwellian by 2 means Maxwellian is 1000. 1000 divided by 2. Again, hex division I have to do. So doing hex division, you can do in the calculator, then I will get it as 800. So now I have got all the values in the symbol table. So the thing is, we have to find out the entries in the symbol table with the symbol name and the value. So instead of all the defining expressions, now I have got the values. Thank you everyone.